Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. Working on Pericles, and we've made it to Act 5. Well, almost. Today we get the Act 5 prologue by Gower because he is our tour guide through this fun trip. Now, yesterday we got to hear from him in Act 4, Scene 4, which sort of felt like it should have been a prologue, but I guess it was like the 7th inning stretch or something like that. And he told us Pericles believes that his daughter is dead because he had set sail to go and collect her again, but when he got to Tarsus, Cleon and Dionysa showed him this statue that they had built to Marina with this lovely inscription, which is all a bunch of hooey because Dionysa had actually tried to get Marina killed, which didn't happen because she got kidnapped by pirates and then sold into the sex trade. She was sold to a bawd and somebody named Pander, and they have a doorman named Bolt, so she's been put to work in this brothel. But of course, Pericles knows none of this, and he's now in mourning for his dead daughter. Also, keep in mind, he thinks that his wife is also dead, but she is in Ephesus in a nunnery, essentially. So, Act 4, Scene 5 is a really short scene where we have a couple of men coming out of the brothel where Marina works, and they're like, oh my God, have you ever met anyone so amazing? I'm so glad that I'm not a lech anymore. Let's go listen to the Vestal Virgins sing, and that's what that scene is. And Act 4, Scene 6, we are with like the brothel owners, and they're like, what is she doing? She's scaring away all of our customers by like quoting scripture at them and spouting poetry and stuff like that. So nobody's coming to the brothel anymore to actually have sex. Like she's insistent that she's going to stay a virgin, and she's just talking her way out of any customers that she might possibly have. And they decide, or Bolt offers to rape her to take her virginity away so that maybe she'll be more amenable to being a sex worker, which gotta love that Bolt. I mean, yeah. And they're like, well, hang on a second, because the governor of Mytilene shows up, and they bring him Marina, because of course everybody wants to deflower the virgin, and she has a chat with him where, again, she's like spouting poetry, and she's speaking really well and all this sort of thing, and he's like, oh my gosh, you're such an amazing creature. Here, have some gold. And then he leaves without having sex with her, but now she has some gold. So the brothel owners are talking again. They're like, she did it again, like with the governor of the place. How did this even happen? All right, Bolt, go ahead and rape her and just get it over with. Lovely plot line here. So Bolt goes to talk to Marina, and she talks her way out of it with him too. She actually offers him the gold that the governor had just given him, she offers him the gold that the governor had given her if he will go out and, instead of advertising the fact that they have a virgin that needs deflowering, selling her as like a teacher of singing and needlework and crafts and all these sorts of things. And because she is such an enchanting creature, he agrees to do that instead of raping her. Wouldn't it be nice if people could talk themselves out of getting raped in such a fashion? Anyway, moving on, we are now in Act 5, and we get to hear from Gower for the Act 5 prologue. And Gower says, Marina thus the brothel scapes and chances into an honest house, our story says. She sings like one immortal, and she dances as goddess-like to her admired lays. Deep clerks she dumbs, and with her kneel composes nature's own shape of bud, bird, branch, or berry, that even her art sisters the natural roses. Her ankle silk twine with the rubied cherry, that pupils lacks she none of noble race, who pour their bounty on her, and her gain she gives the cursed bawd. Here we her place. And to her father turn our thoughts again, where we left him on the sea. We there him left, where, driven before the winds, he is arrived here where his daughter dwells, and on this coast suppose him now at anchor. The city strived god Neptune's annual feast to keep, from whence Lysimachus, our Tyrian ship, espies, his banners sable, trimmed with rich expense, and to him in his barge with former hies. In your supposing once more put your sight of heavy Pericles, think this his bark, where what is done in action, more if might, shall be discovered. Please you, sit and hark. So it's a quick little recap and just an opportunity to sort of shift gears from Marina back to Pericles. So he's like, Marina gets out of the brothel and she becomes a teacher, and she doesn't lack for any students. People are flocking to her because her needlework is so great and because she sings so well, and all this sort of stuff. People are giving her lots and lots of money, which she in turn is giving to the brothel, sort of as this is how she bought her way out, whatever. And he's like, all right, so put her over there for a second. Now Pericles, who had left Tarsus and got hit by another storm, because that's what happens to him every time that he sails somewhere, has now landed in Mytilene, where Marina is. But of course he thinks that Marina is dead, so he's not there looking for her. He just sort of gets washed up there. And Lysimachus is the governor who had given Marina all of this gold, which she sort of bought her way out. Lysimachus is going to greet Pericles, but Pericles, of course, is still in mourning, wearing sackcloth, all that sort of thing, because he thinks that his daughter is dead. So he's like, all right, setting the scene, that's where we are, and we go to it, which we will get to it tomorrow as we dig further into Act 5. And I will see you then for more. Mwah.